Oh, hello. It's a boss from Metroid Prime Hunters. Anyway, I really like this guy. He reminds me a lot of... Well, first he just forces you to use the hook shot a lot, which is always fun times, but... He sort of reminds me of like the Link to the Past bosses, because I recall all of them having big eyes and some kind of bubble surrounding them. I know there's one in particular that he is like a definite reference to, but I can't remember what that is exactly. Anyway, they're two invincible when they're right next to him like that. It's technically easier to kill them if you just slash them off, because you don't need to go into aiming mode, and then if you're using hookshot, switch out of hookshot mode, or if you're using arrows, waste all your arrows. But luckily these things hardly do any damage. You just need to pop a good amount of them. Really, it doesn't matter. They're not part of the boss itself. What you do need to do is wait for his eye to open and stab him in his big ol' eye. Eventually, Ganon should just start employing blind minions. Like Lord Wu Fact Fact. And, Weldar. Yeah, I don't know why Banjo-Tooie had so many bosses that were blind in it. Maybe it was a secret reference to how classic video games, namely Zelda games, had them as weakness. Maybe I'm just thinking about Banjo-Tooie too much because of various reasons. Although partially because of Sega All-Star Racing, possibly. Anyway, still haven't done any hits on it, but each time I take one of those things away, it's going to be easier to land the hits when I do eventually get it. And yeah, you don't need to actually use arrows. The arrows are naturally faster, but the hook shot does just as much damage. Maybe not just as much damage, but it's easier and infinite ammo. And I feel bad ever wasting ammo, so Matt. You know, let's see if I can kill this before the dawn of the second day. Ah, that shouldn't have gone through it. The hookshot looks awfully pointy. If it can dig into, like, soft rock or whatever, why can't it break through these bubbles? Because they're obviously bubbles. I mean, they freaking pop. Just another mystery of the Zelda games. Anyway, I mean, it might be hard doing a low hearts run of this boss or something, but if you have as many hearts as I do by this point, or even just like the 5, or maybe not 5, but if you collected a few heart pieces along the way, I can't imagine it would be that hard. Anyway, oh no, it's the dawn of the second day. Yeah, I knew it was possible to force even the dawns to show up as a little bar that didn't interfere with your progress. I guess you have to be fighting a mini-boss. Anyway, I was sort of cutting it close at the end of my practice session of this, but of course that was in like my blind run through of the dungeon too, so... Okay. All of these frigging bubbles need to get off the plane. By plane, I mean giant eye-based enemy. Died. Okay, now are you ready to take some hits, please? Nope, his eye closed right when... whatever. Hooray. Eventually, this guy, which I should learn the name of, I knew it at one point. But eventually, yeah, he just gets rid of all his bubbles and starts rolling at you, which makes him remind me even more of the boss in Metroid Prime Hunters. That was a giant eye, although I don't know if it actually did that, but just the absence of bubbles makes me think of that. And he's also... It's kind of reptilian. And also, you are supposed to just keep shooting his eye, but you can get hurt by this Great Spin Attack, because Great Spin Attack is so overpowered if you quick spin it. Yeah, I really shouldn't have learned how to quick spin. It makes the game too easy, I think. Okay, come on. Hello. Ah, come on, you jerk. Ah, come on, you jerk. Okay, I want all these stupid mini bubbles killed before I, like, end up dying somehow. I don't think he can get you when you're in the corner, and he also can't get you when... Come on. Come on. Come on, you jerk. Okay, you're smart, you know not to come into the corner. I swear, he looks like he's traveling backwards when he travels forward with his eyes closed. Anyway, that took way too long, but... no big deal. No big deal. That's too far of a walk. That's too bad of an aim. I definitely would have gotten there faster walking, but let's not dwell on that because it is time to get a giant treasure chest, and what would be inside of it, I wonder. It didn't be inferred from the last two chests. It's a ice arrow. And yeah, all the chests or all the dungeon treasures are just arrows in this game. Bit disappointing if you like the classic Zelda dungeon style where you just do dumb stuff up to the point where you get the chest and then the rest of the level is puzzles involving the chest. It's more of a mix of like everything you've got in the general area in this game, and I do think the dungeons are a lot better in this game too, but I'm way too biased about this game just from how good its story and everything is, so might not be the best judge on that. Random bombs. Cool, cool. And now that we have the ice arrows, what can we do? Don't ask me, I'm just a Let's Player who's practiced this a few hours ago. Well, more than a few hours, but earlier today. Yep, that's actually pretty cool what they do here. The Octoroks freeze into like elaborate icy platforms like that. Most enemies just get frozen in the sense that they're frozen or just take ice-based damage, but nope, these Octoroks actually turn into blocks, and certain shoe jellies also do the same thing. And yeah, that one I was gonna have to pull because arbitrary reasons, I guess. Seems a bit infeasible a kid would be able to pull that, but then again, this whole area is a little weird. Who built it? For what purpose? This isn't a very good temple. Temples sort of imply lack of thought, and this is clearly like rather technologically advanced doohickey. Anyway, now we've opened up the red thing, and actually I think that lets us go in more areas. Yeah, I actually think this temple's aesthetics are cool just because of, trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go now. I guess I need to follow the pipe. Okay, the pipe is powered up from in there, and I need in there to get in there, if I recall correctly, which I definitely don't, because that doesn't make any sense. Okay, yeah, I'm like a little too disoriented in this dungeon because there's a lot of stuff I found in it later that happened to be in the right order, where now I just know where everything is and it's confusing to me. Anyway, yeah, I like the premise of like these elaborate waterworks here. I guess this could be like the water purification system or something. That would make sense, and that would make sense why the Great Bay was polluted or whatever. I don't really understand that plot element. Mostly because I wasn't paying attention. But, yeah, I just like, this doesn't seem very Zelda-y with how high-tech it is. While it can't beat choo-choo trains, it certainly adds an interesting element of technology to the typically medievalish series. And my finger, just for no reason, my pointer finger and no others are cold. It's all alone up on that R button. Poor guy. These are not hard to navigate. I don't know why I am having a hard time navigating them. There we go. Anyway, I did not know you were able to get this so early. I thought it was something I had to like turn off through another water switch, but no, you just shut off the waterfall and you can go up there. And I'm definitely doing this out of order, but I can't even remember. I swore there were more openings available last time, but that's what he said. Anyway, there's another one of those big old skullfishes down there, as I called. Anyway, this is what ice arrows do. They're actually useful, unlike in Ocarina of Time. And this ability is brought back in the Wind Waker, and then they forgot to bring back anything involving magic in Twilight Princess. Let's slowly hop across. This took me a very long time in the practice run. This is one of the parts where I had to refer to my guide because I did not know if I was just making stuff up. There is, I need to be back more, I think. Or, yeah, it's a bit disappointing when that happens. You just need to keep your foothold. That's more important than anything. Yeah, you need to get up here, and there are 2 other holes in the ceiling like this, but this is the only one that's not just above a hole again. They have red rupees in them, of course. The only thing that would ever feasibly exist, and here's the 9th stray fairy. This is like the last one I got, and I did this part last in my initial run through, but I'm not sure how much that should affect things, and I want my Great Fairy Mask out just so I can start checking rooms for fairies again. And we're in the clear right here, and I'm going to need the Zora Mask again, but man, not gonna rush things. It will either be helpful or horribly confusing to have the green water switch on this early, because this is like the last thing I did before finishing the dungeon. That was weird.